guys, it's 2026. I can't believe it. I'm feeling so good about this year. The purpose of this video, we'll get into it. I'm going to talk to you about my 2026 mantras, my 2026 bingo card, and like what is on there. Hope you all had a wonderful 2025, and if you didn't, sending lots of love your way. And just know, like, it doesn't matter how long it takes, but it can get better, because I really was having a terrible time in 2023 and 2024, but I built it around and we're back. I have done so much personal development in 2025. I feel like I've got that same energy I used to have when I used to film YouTube videos back in like 2020, 2021, 2022, like when we were peak gymnastics vlog, having a great time. Like, I feel like I'm back to that version of myself. I just had to lose myself a little bit. When I kicked off the YouTube video last year, I went straight in and told you about my 2025 mantras, and I told you that they were: number one, there is nothing I cannot do, and number two was, I will not be afraid to be seen trying. And I'm really happy to tell you that I really kept those mantras at the forefront of my mind in 2025, and I let them shape so many of my decisions, and I had such a good year. Now, I don't want to say that they changed everything, because from a work perspective and things like that, I don't think much shifted, but from a personal development side, I really showed up, and a lot of that came from putting myself out there to do some more fitness competitions. I did my first high rocks, which we'll get into. I ran a half marathon before the end of the year. I competed in 3 separate fitness competitions. I started surrounding myself in the fitness community a lot more. I did my first full year of teaching reformer. So I take dance classes. I don't know, I really pushed myself beyond the comfort zone. You know, I wanted to sit down and do something similar for 2026, and I really loved my 2025 mantras. So I kind of wanted to have some that built off of what I started, but there was a little bit more growth there. So I spent the last week kind of thinking and shaping, and I've got 4. Number 1 is, I'm capable because I choose to be. And I feel like this is a progression of, there is nothing I cannot do. It's coming from a sense of like, I now know I can do these things. So like, show up and show yourself and prove to yourself that you can. Our second one is, I refuse to shrink to stay comfortable. And again, I feel like that's very like a progression of, I'm not going to be afraid to be seen trying, because I had so much confidence, you know, when I first started this journey of being self-employed, and I just shared so openly and transparently, and I cared a lot less. And I think I've over the last couple of years leaned into like caring a bit more, and I don't really know what was going on, to be honest, guys. It was a bit dark. I stopped being afraid to show up last year. Don't get me wrong, I still get that little bit of anxiety and that fear of like, oh, what are people saying about me? I want to hold myself back anymore. I'm really trying to come to terms with the fact that I haven't wasted a good few years being too scared, and instead I'm just trying to step into this new energy. I can still do the things that I want to do and show up. I'm not like running out of time, or I haven't wasted it. Like, I can still do all those things. So I just don't want to spend any longer like sitting in the shadows because I'm afraid. Third one is, I can handle comfort in the service of growth. It's a real like toss up between wanting to stay comfortable and being happy with where you're at, and then wanting to push forwards and do the hard and scary things. And I think that's just a nice reminder for me that it's not always going to be easy, and if it's worth having, it's not going to come easy to me, basically. Final one, which I think is a nice one, is just, the magic cannot leave when it is you. And because I've been on such a journey of building or rebuilding my confidence and leaning into doing new things, and, you know, really kind of, I guess, like figuring out what I want to be and who I want to be and who I want to show up as, I get to choose to bring that little bit of like sparkle to my life and other people's lives if I want to. And it's just to to remind myself not to forget about that. Those are my 2026 mantras. I know it feels like a lot, but I feel like the first two are building off of last year, and those second two are just kind of little progressions to guide me forwards. So when I sat down and I did those mantras, obviously a lot of people around this time of year like to do vision boards, and I have done a vision board every year personally. Just hasn't worked for me. And so I thought, okay, let me try and think about what works for me in my brain, like what those mantras really worked for me, because I had something that I had to constantly refer back to. Like if I wanted to sit down and get a bit comfortable, I was like, no, like you want to do this because there's nothing you cannot do. So instead I saw I can't take any credit, but I saw the idea floating around of a 2026 bingo card. So essentially you make your own grid. You can do as many as you want. I did 25, which feels a lot. And in that little grid, you basically can put different goals throughout the year. And once you achieve those goals, you can physically cross them off. And I was like, that's a bit of me. I'm like the hardest worker I know when I've got a clear pathway to what I need to achieve. And for me, I need like numbers. I need like, okay, specifically this, and then I can work for that. So I chose mostly goals that I could be, is the word like quantifiable? What I thought I'd do to kick off the new year, and because also maybe you want a little bit of inspo for your own if you want to do this, is share with you what mine are. I'm going to try not to elaborate too aggressively on all of them because I feel like we'll be here for a really long time, and I wish I could show you the piece of paper, but I've actually left it at Jack's, so it's actually on my phone. Let me get into it. Like I said, I did 25, which at first I was thinking, oh, that feels like quite a lot, but I was trying to remind myself not all of them have to be big, and I think that was really important. I didn't want them all to be like really massive, unachievable. I wanted them to be things that I was interested in or had an interest in, felt like I could do, and then give myself targets. So the first one is to run a half marathon. I did run an official half marathon before the end of the year to prove that I could do it, and I did it in 2 hours, 2 minutes, which I was really happy with. I did want sub 2, but for a first one, I'll take 2 hours, 2 minutes. So I want to run an official half marathon and get a time that's under 2 hours. But to be honest, the goal was just run a half marathon. My third one, and I don't know if you remember if you have watched any of my YouTube videos like over the past year or so, I wanted to pick up more hobbies, and one of those hobbies was I wanted to learn the piano. I didn't quite get round to that last year. However, my niece got a keyboard for Christmas, and I sat on Boxing Day for hours just learning different songs, and I was like, okay, fine, I need to do this. So my goal is to learn one song on the piano. Just one. A proper one, learning to play with both hands. This next one relates heavily to what we're doing here, and that's I want to do 30 YouTube videos this year. 30 because it's less than one a week, so that gives me a little bit of wiggle room should I not have time to film that week. A big enough number that it will challenge me, because considering my track record over the last few years has not been great. I can tick them off as I go, and the goal is to have as much fun with them as possible. If we do more than 30, we do more than 30, but it has to be 30. Classes don't count. So if I film a class and put it up, that doesn't count. It has to be like, I don't know, a chat-in or a vlog or, you know, something like that. This is number one. We're ticking her off early. After that, we've got learn to bake. Unfortunately, I cannot bake. I'm not very good. In lockdown, I got banned from baking because I kept trying to make banana bread and they all tasted like absolute shit. And I was wasting, this is when there was like a flour shortages everywhere. My mum was like, no, you're not doing this anymore. And I just kind of want to get to the point where I could bake my friends a birthday cake and some cookies. Make a YouTube video of me trying to bake. I don't know, let me know if you want to see that. I don't know. Or please send me your favourite recipes that you use, that like your staple cake recipes and stuff, because I need all the help that I can get. After that, to read 20 books. Started to get more into my reading again last year, at the end of last year when I stopped being so burnt out. So I think having 20 books to work towards is a nice number. It's going to motivate me to read at night instead of scroll on my phone. That we've got a sub 110 Hyrox. Now I currently have 2 Hyroxes booked already. I've got a female doubles booked at the end of January, so like in 3 weeks time. And I've got another mixed doubles with my friend Ben, who I did my first one with at the end of March. So I take that goal for either of those. I love it to be like, I mean, I debated putting sub 105, but then I was like, okay, let's relax, let's go 110 first. This one I've gone pretty rogue, and this is the one that maybe I don't know if I'll be able to achieve or not, but it's a shoulder press. because I'm doing so much running and high rocks training at the moment, like handstands and gymnastics and calisthenics has just taken a little bit of a backseat, which is never a bad thing. I always tell people, like, especially when you're working towards goals, like, it's not a bad thing if some things have to take a little bit of a backseat. Personally, I'm at a stage in my life where I'm never going to be a professional athlete in any of these things. It's like just giving myself as many different things I can attempt to be good at. But anyway, the next one is a little bit specific, and I want to work with Nike, guys. Doing a lot more in the calisthenic space and the functional fitness space, and I don't know, I just feel like, oh, they align with me, you know? Love everything they stand for, and I don't know, I want to be part of that. And so I am very lucky that that might happen for me sooner than you think. I don't want it to just be once. Next we've got, well, I guess I can run through all of these together, which is a 5k PB and a 10k PB. They're two separate goals. Obviously, I've got a lot more into my running this year, and that I've got some like specific goals in mind that I want to hit for those two. So yeah, that's going to be quite fun. And again, I think that's going to be one of those ones where I'm not going to tick off straight away. It's going to be like a goal throughout the year, as in like how much can we like cut that 5 and 10k PB down by. I want to host 10 Cali clubs. Sick of everything being in London, so I wanted to do like some Essex based Cali clubs, and I ran one before last year, so I cannot tell you how anxious I was before it. I did a lot of workshops over the years and taught a lot of workshops, and I think because of the confidence knocks I've had, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Put it all together, I put it up, I gave everyone like 1 day's notice because I was so anxious to plan it. And I had a really good time, and I was like, do you know what? Essex needs this, and if I have to be the one to do it, I'm going to be the one to do it. So the goal was to do 10 of those. So I was thinking that could either be 1 a month, but obviously it's pretty cold right now, or like 2 a month as we get into the kind of warmer weathers to tick those off. Do a park run, because I've never done one before, and when I was younger I didn't have any confidence. I signed up to do one, got to the car park, felt sick, and then drove home. So to tick one park run off would be good. And I want to do 12 dance classes. I did 2 last year because I only started going in October. But 12 dance classes, which is essentially 1 a month. They were great for my confidence. I left each one feeling on top of the world, and so if I can keep that going, I would love that. Visit 1 new country. One that I skipped at the beginning is we still have not moved out yet. As you can probably tell, I'm still in my room. So 1 new country is on the list just because I'm probably going to be pretty poor soon. I want to go hiking. I've never been on I've been hiking. We hiked a mountain in Havia called the Mongo, but I want to go hiking in the UK, so maybe like Seven Sisters or Snowdon or Ben Nevis. Like, I haven't done any of those yet, so I'd love to tick those off. Go see live music is on mine. I tend to never put myself out there to book the ticket, and I end up watching people have these amazing experiences, and I watch it through my phone, and I'm like, no, enough. Started going to more live musics last year, and I want to continue that. It's kind of similar like that. I've also put on there like have a fun 29th birthday, because I always put off like planning and organising everything for my birthday, but it's the last birthday in my 20s, and so I've got 6 months, so I should be able to like plan something fun. More strategic, but I would love to grow my Instagram a little bit more this year. So I've set myself a goal of getting to 200,000 followers. Really hilarious, because for the basically back end of 2025, all I did was lose followers. I was over 100 for over a year, and then it just didn't move. And then the last kind of 6 months, all I did was lose followers. Down, 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 down. Went on down to like 99.2. I was so embarrassed. I was like, wow, people hate me. It doesn't mean anything in the big scheme of things, but we'd love to grow out that community base, do it in such a fun way. Now I'm in such a better place mentally, you know. To book a photo shoot, really self-conscious, and I can be quite harsh to myself. So I would really like to, whether that's for work basis or whether I just book one myself and get some photos taken, I don't know, I want to do that for myself, to like, I don't know, I've not had the best experiences with photo shoots in the past, so it's like I kind of feel like I'm in a place now where I'm ready for that, and I'd like to do that again. My last line, guys, collab content more. I do love being in front of the camera and talking to people and like on the mics and documenting my journey, and it's really a lot easier when you've got like someone else in that with you. And I think what I realized a lot in 2025 is I don't have to do everything by myself, and so I want to really make an effort to involve with other people and get involved in communities and get people involved in my videos as much as I can. Also, another big one is I want to start a podcast. I know, like, Sophie, you can barely stick with YouTube. What the hell are you going to talk about on a podcast? Or, like, how are you going to benefit that? I need to start a podcast for a really long time, actually. For a combination of things, I want to talk a lot about more flexibility work and training. I want to talk about my journey going from gymnast and retiring. I want to talk to my amazing friends about some of their journeys in sport and how they've got into coaching. And I just feel like I have so much to say and talk about, and I feel like a podcast will be the perfect thing to do it with. We're just trying to figure out a name. So yeah, watch this space on that. I also want to learn 5 new recipes off by heart. You know, like staple recipes, like so I can host a dinner party and cook for people without having anxiety. Like that's how much of a confident cook I want to be in these recipes, you know. Number 24 is attend a brand trip. Hopefully it might be abroad, but I would love to attend a brand trip. Hopefully with Nike. But I don't know, with anyone, hopefully it'd be fitness based because that would be super cool. And then finally, I don't know why this has ended up last, it's not necessarily a big one, but it's to go rock climbing. Indoor rock climbing, not outdoor rock climbing. I also added on a few extras on my notes because basically I did the whole bingo card and wrote out and coloured it in all pretty, but I also put it on my phone because I want to physically tick off the books I've read and tick off the YouTube videos I've done. And so then at the end, I kind of also put reduce screen time, get my first tattoo, and add colour to every outfit because I wear too much black and I think a pop of colour is just great, and I think it matches my personality as well. I don't want to be in black all the time. Guys, all the cards on my 2026 bingo sheet. I'm gonna obviously hopefully document quite a lot of those through my YouTube and across my social media channels. But I guess mostly I wanted to say, like, I know there's a few people that have been here since the beginning, and I actually got a message the other day from someone because I put up a story that this year will be my 5th year self-employed. So we're currently at like 4.5 because I quit my job in the July. And I basically, I don't know if you guys remember, but I posted a YouTube video when I was quitting my job and explaining like everything that happened. And I know there are some people that have graciously stuck around since then and they've seen every journey, and I think you guys have like basically watched me grow up as you've kind of also all gone, don't get teary, Sophie. We've got on with your lives as well, and maybe there's a whole host of people that haven't even seen the journey that I've been on to get to this point. To come onto the internet and be in such a positive headspace, can't wait to like really see what this year has in store and really document that. I'm doing it for me, but I hope that like in me doing it for me and going on this journey of myself, maybe you might see or relate to some of that in your own journeys. I just have a really good feeling about this year. I think it's going to be beautiful and blessed. You never know what's going to come up. You never know what's right around the corner. But it's like finding those little bits of magic and that little bit of positivity and that little bit of drive where we can. Thanks for listening to me. I've got 29 more YouTube videos to make. So I will see you guys very soon, and happy 2026.